Hello, my name is Scott Ingram, and I'm welcoming you to the 2030 Skills Final. Today we're going to be creating a second bridged adapter and setting IP addresses on a LAN that we're creating. We're going to set up our router, we're going to configure network address translation, and finally we're going to show final proof that our network is working by a visit to Google an answer. So let's begin. All right, as we're beginning today, I just wanted to show you an outline of something of what we're doing. Right here is the internet. This is a router. This as an internet connection. It's going to give a DHCP address to our Windows Server 2008. It may or may not be 172.16. I'm not sure. Right here, we're going to set one of them up as 10.0001. And we're going to set these other computers up. I found this on Google, and so this is what we're going to try to use. We have learned that Google is very important when it comes to networking. So I want to show you what I've done here inside the VMware. I have created a network adapter. Well, I didn't create this one. This one was already created. But I have set this one up. It is set to bridged to connect directly to the physical network, and it will replicate the physical network connection state. I also have on this one one that's set to host only, which is a private network that's shared with the host. And so those two are taken care of. I also have my 801 computer. It only has one network adapter set to host only. So now we'll turn these two on, and we will begin setting up. All right, to enable a Windows 2008 computer to access the internet, we're going to have to install the routing and remote access server role on Windows 2008-02 and to configure it to serve as a NAT router. So we're going to install it. We're going to go to our wizard, and we're going to click Add Roles. We're going to place a check mark next to the network policy and access services and click Next. We're going to look at the initial page. We're going to install two role servers. We're going to install the remote access service and the routing service, which gets it both, all. We're going to click Next. And we're going to click Install. And we'll give that a moment to get set up. We see that the installation has succeeded, and we'll click Close. So we see we have our network policy and access services in, we just don't have them configured yet. So we're going to go down into our administrative tools. We're going to go down to our routing and remote access. Make this bigger where we can see it. Here is our local routing and remote access, and we're going to configure and enable routing and remote access. We come to the initial setup wizard, and we're going to click Next. We're going to do a custom configuration because we want to use NAT, and we also want to set up a LAN. So we're going to click Next. Right here we have where we can get NAT. We can also get LAN routing from this custom configuration. So we're going to click Next. We see the summary of the selections that we want to apply when we set up our routing and remote access. Now we're going to click Finish. And we do want to start the service to be ready to use it. It'll take a minute to start. And as you can see, it has begun. We can see it's up with the green arrow. All right, here's the present state of our IP routing table for 802. We'll click that out. Now we're going to set up a new routing protocol. We're going to use RIP version 2 for our internet protocol. We're going to click OK. Right, now we're going to configure some more on our RIP. We're going to click on it, click New Interface. Here's our local area connection, and we're going to add it into our RIP version 2 protocol and click OK. We're also going to click again and add another new interface, the local area connection 2, and click OK. So we have RIP enabled. Now we're going to set up our network address translation. We're going to right click and we're going to click New Interface. And this will tell the interface we want to use for NAT address translation. And we've chosen the local area connection 2 that we've already set up. And then we'll click OK. It says here that we want to use this one as the public interface. They'll be connected to the internet. And we'll enable NAT on this interface. And we'll click OK. So now we have our public interface. Now we're going to right click again, click New Interface. We're going to put the local area connection as the private interface, and we're going to click OK. We've got here the private interface connected to the private network, and we're going to click OK. So now we have both of our NATs set up.